Lala calls into the loft to debunk some damaging myths. And vocal advocate for albinism rights, media veteran Kuli Roberts weighs in on the conversation. Now, we'll be also joined by Shabet Chikumbu from Global Citizen about their upcoming concert on Saturday. And we're so excited about it. We just had to ask you on social media, who is one of your favorite celebs currently making a difference in the world? Ladies in the kitchen, how are you making a difference in this belly?
Well, I love pasta and I love red wine, and I'm going to make a tomato pasta with red wine and bacon.
Interesting.
I know, it's going to be divine.
I'm going to be doing something similar, but I'm going to omit the red wine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be using beef stock and some other aromatics.
Great.
Yes, so basically we're making a spaghetti dish. If you want to get the details, go onto the website, get the recipe information. But let's hear what Palesa and Refibe have to say, actually.
So excited.
Actress and model Refilwe Modiselle, against all odds, maneuvered through the modeling industry to become Africa's first successful model living with albinism. Her latest film, by UK-based director Luke Bradford, documents the struggles faced by those living with albinism across the African continent. Refilwe now joins me to chat all about this, as well as her role as Mansa.
Horrifying reports coming in of a person with albinism.
The myth that consuming people with albinism will bring good luck continues to fuel this lucrative evil trade.
He did this to me!
Refilwe Siswam, how are you? I'm so touched by that portrayal.
Hi, Bailey. How are you? It's good to be here virtually. Unfortunately, we're not flying to Cape Town. We're dealing with COVID, but thank you for having me on the show.
And thank you for joining us. I know, we love having you here on our couch, but seeing you and seeing that riveting performance truly does take me back. So I firstly have to start off by saying congratulations on your Best Actress Award for the portrayal of the character Mansa in White Gold at the Pan-African Film Festival in Los Angeles. Talk to me about the film and what it's all about.
So White Gold is about Mansa. She is a woman from the village and she's a teacher in the area. And what happens is that Mansa, unfortunately, succumbs to the whole myths and misconceptions around albinism, where she has her hand hacked off by a sangoma, because we know that, witchcraft is like such a big thing in Africa, and this is something that is so prevalent. So Mansa, unfortunately, falls victim to that. And in her quest to find vengeance, she wants to get revenge against Natron, who is then the arch enemy. And her father helps her in the quest to do this. But also there's a twist in the story, because there's a cop called Lena who is supposed to be assisting the situation, but we see a different turn of events when it comes to that. But I can't give it away because people actually have to watch the film. But basically it questions the injustices, and as well as how the legal system works, and also, the moral capacity of people and what it is that they should be looking into in terms of education and awareness behind albinism, and just, there are other factors which are very close to that story that is not only albinism based, but around many facets of life that people can relate to.
We are 100% celebrating this film and backing you and encouraging South Africans to go out there and watch it, to support local content. So I'm so glad you didn't give away the plot, because we are encouraging audiences. Yeah, keep it locked, girl. But we've seen you in this role. You completely take on a different nature. We almost didn't recognize you. So how was that, as an actress, being someone that's very disciplined in her craft?
You know what? First of all, I think a lot of people were shocked that, Refilwe acts, and unfortunately, they don't know the history. I've been doing this in short stints, little gigs from a long time ago. So starting off just in kids television, doing the likes of like your Kiddios here and there, and then moving on to things like Generations right in the beginning, going on to do something like Tell Me Sweet Something, onto Kings and Prophets, Chick Coast. There's so many things that I've done, but it's just that I didn't get that lead role, and White Gold was exactly that, my opportunity to completely go against the grail and also show what it is that I have. And playing Mansa was very difficult because Mansa is not Refilwe. They are two complete different people. Obviously, she's a broken woman. She's very broken. She lives in a complete different part of the world where, you know, albinism is so hectic in terms of what the people go through there as opposed to her. So it was emotionally challenging. It was physically challenging because I got both hands. And then I had to wear prosthetics, you know, on set and learn how to really be convincing for a person who doesn't have an arm. I had to address the pain. I'm not exempt from a Mansa's experience. If anything, I have to relate to it, but 10 times more in terms of how hard it was. So Mansa was quite tough. She was very, very difficult, but Mansa was executed nonetheless, and she got an award.
She walked away with an award. Congratulations, girl. Because I can only imagine the vulnerability one needs to tap into, you know, going down there, delving deep, and just being like, whatever comes out is award-winning stuff indeed. So congratulations, girl. It sounds like you really had to work quite hard for that nod.
I did.
Yeah.
I really, really, really did. It meant, I mean, White Gold wasn't just about the story. It was Refilwe really showing the world that she has capabilities and gifts that are often very overlooked, you know, because people with albinism are often sidelined just generally in the industry. And people don't accustom themselves to seeing Refilwe play a role that hard. So to strip off completely and also take away the whole Dolly look to you know, complete like Charlize Theron when she changed in Monster, you know, for Refilwe to step into shoes of that nature, it was really something else. But I'm grateful for the story. I'm grateful for where it's taking me. I'm grateful for the accolades because it's 3 awards that we've now gotten, actually.
So, Refilwe, you know, as we're counting up all the accolades, let's dive into this award-winning film, you know. What are some of the misconceptions that the film addresses, and what misconceptions exist generally regarding people living with albinism?
I think it addresses the misconceptions of a person like Mansa who's a teacher. Very often people with albinism are not seen fit to play such roles. We see somebody play a role of a teacher. We see the misconception of obviously witchcraft that happens, that people with albinism have mystical powers and are used for magic. We see the myths and misconceptions of people with albinism not being accustomed to having relationships. So we see a relationship that she has with her father, the love of her father, that we are not loved. We are loved as people with albinism. So those are just some of the few things amongst the many other things that people can see in the film.
Now, the film White Gold also bagged an award at the Pan-African Film Festival for Best International Short Narrative. So this made it, yes, Queen, you can celebrate that. You're allowed, we're giving you permission. Now, this made it to the Oscar qualifier for the 2021 Oscar Awards. What does that mean to you and your people of the production, you know, the production team at large? And what hope do you get for this international recognition?
My goodness. This is just groundbreaking all around. It is a milestone. I mean, we're still gunning to be officially nominated, but to be considered as one of those films that will be looked at, you know, for a nomination is absolutely incredible. What it means for a production, it means that we are in the right direction in terms of creating the awareness and fulfilling the purpose for the film. What it means for me as Refilwe is history in the making, because, you know, not only with the Best Actress Award is this history just for the first time for a person with albinism to win an award in that magnitude, but also for this film in its entirety. It means history in the making for content of that nature, for the narrative to open up in terms of just Black representation and albinism representation all around the world.
Okay, girl, go on with your bad self then. Go on and go save lives. Cheers. Now, thank you so much to Refilwe and all those helping to fight against the injustices faced by the albinism community. On a lighter note, we're now crossing our fingers for that big Oscar win.
I absolutely love Refilwe, and just seeing the amount of work that women are doing nowadays and just breaking boundaries and being great at what they do. It's absolutely amazing.
And she's such a wonderful role model.
She is.
For us, for people with albinism, for all women out there. And I'm rooting for her for the Oscars. What do you say, Polly?
Girlfriend, talk about come through and taking up space. Refilwe is definitely taking up space within the entertainment industry, and that's exactly what we're asking everyone on social media. Who is a celeb that is taking up space and creating meaningful change in the world, you know? So we've got Umabato, and Umabato here has decided to put forth Trevor Noah's name. And she says he has a daily show whereby he raises awareness about racism and updates us about coronavirus. Peace sign. I love that, Mabato, and a lot of viewers have already been giving their suggestions, so let's keep that momentum going throughout the show. Now, there's no denying it. Times have changed significantly. Coming up, we chat to FNB about the importance of digital adoption for your business. See you after these.
Express yourself.
Have you ever heard the term go digital? Well, in our increasingly technology-rich world, digital solutions can offer us speed, security, accuracy, and super wide connectivity. Simply put, it can change everything. Joining me this afternoon is Anton van Metzinger, the head of digital platforms at F&B Business, who is about to talk to us about digital adoption and how business owners can capitalize on this for the win. Welcome to The Loft, Anton.
Thank you very much, Melissa. Thanks for having me.
Now, Anton, what is digital adoption?
In essence, for us, it would mean that any business client should have our bank, F&B, in their pocket or on their laptop computer. So effectively, whether they want to take a product with us, whether they want to transact on that product, whether they want to do some financial admin, they can do that 24/7 at their convenience.
Anton, COVID-19 has accelerated how businesses run their business. What has F&B done to ensure that businesses continue banking uninterruptedly during lockdown?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the first very important thing is just from a transacting perspective, a business needs to be able to get money in and out of the business. So on our digital platform, you can make payments to your suppliers and employees, normal EFTs, but you can also make future dated payments through scheduled payments. And for those urgent payments, you can make payments that clear in real time. And even if your suppliers or your employees don't have bank accounts, you can make payments via our or send money via our e-wallet solution. That's on the payment side. On the receipting side, we've actually created a very cool solution for our business customers who are in the retail trade to receive card and wallet payments by turning their mobile phones into a card device. We call it QR Speed Point, and I really encourage clients to go and have a look at that. And then finally, I think it's important, obviously at this time, managing cash optimally. All our cash investment solutions are available on our digital platforms with all the instructions that you might want to give on those solutions. But Melissa, we've also gone a little bit beyond just conventional banking. We've created a product we call the F&B Business Toolkit. That's a specific toolkit on the F&B app brought to you via very engaging materials. And that helps you to create a task team to lead your business through the COVID-19 crisis. So there's specific help there beyond just our products that we bring to you.
Now, what rich functionality is now available for businesses that wasn't available before?
So we haven't stood still. There's a lot of great new things, and I want to bring three to your attention. The first is late last year, November, we launched something called First Business Zero Account. It's a new, totally digital business account for sole proprietors. It comes with a zero monthly account fee, and obviously at this time with COVID, business restarting, getting our economy starting up, I think it's quite important to know that you can save those costs by not having a monthly account fee. It has a whole host of other awesome benefits, but it also comes with an F&B Connect SIM card, and you get free data, voice, SMS, airtime, as long as you use the business account, the First Business Zero account on a monthly basis. The second thing that's really cool that we've brought to our business customers in recent months is secure chat. So you know, Palesa, they call the smartphone or the mobile phone the 4-foot device, not because of its size, but because it's never more than 4 foot from your body, 24/7, right? And so since you've got your mobile phone with you, chat to us on the phone, speak to us on the phone. So there's no need to go to the branch. There's no need even to write that email. We've now got secure chat, so you can converse with us in platform. It's safe, it's instantaneous. We've got some very smart thinking and algorithms in the background that will drive the chat to the right banker. And of course, your whole engagement with us is recorded.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be finding out more about that solution. But you know, Anton, a lot of people didn't get education on how to run businesses and how to bank smarter. So what tips can you provide to help businesses bank smarter?
Yeah, so there's a few important tips, and they're often quite administrative of nature, these tips in terms of what they solve for, and things that are often quite frustrating to clients. So the first is that when a business enters into a new relationship, let's say they've got a new tender or a new creditor, they often need to get verified bank statements or a bank account letter from their banks. And again, instinctively, often they go into our branches. You don't need to do that. You can go to the F&B app or online. You can get 12 months of statement. You can view them there, download them for free. You can get a bank account confirmation letter for all your accounts, including your cash investment accounts. And those statements are electronically verified. So any recipient of those letters can actually confirm that with the bank post the fact. Other tips around fraud, right? Fraud in cards, that's something that we have a lot. Often, if you have a few employees with different cards, they might be misplaced, they might be lost, they might be stolen. So you can go to App Online and you can manage those cards, change the PIN, temporarily block them. Or if you're convinced that they have been lost or stolen, then cancel the card and order it and track it from your app. The final thing in terms of a tip is, I think for our businesses out there with vehicles or fleets of vehicles, we have a nav world, it's called Navigate Your Life. But for business owners with vehicles, you can pay your fines and renew your vehicle licenses directly from the F&B app. So that's very convenient, very cool, really a cool tip on how to make your business easier.
Anton, I mean, I am the woman I am today thanks to the F&B app. It's truly made my life a lot more efficient and simple, easy, straight to the point. So I'm also thankful for all of these solutions because I can only imagine how much light they can shine on businesses. So finally, what are your closing thoughts?
Yeah, so thanks for those words, Blessa. We really take them to heart. We work very hard. I think you've heard a lot of functionality I think the cool thing is that whilst you engage with all of that functionality, you earn e-bucks for your business. And whilst you're on the FNB app, you're not paying for data because we cover all the data on major networks. It's very important, finally, as a second last thought, just to reinforce that this is the most secure way to do banking. So with our smart in contact second factor authentication mechanism, it's much better than the OTP. We just think that there's no safer way to bank than to use our digital platform with functionality that's highly relevant to your specific business journey. And this is the way we bring our digital platform to you to help make a success of your business, even in these challenging COVID-19 times.
Thank you so much for that information and all of that know-how. I'm sure so many business owners are benefiting heaps and bounds from the information that you've given us. Thank you so much, Anton.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Cheers. Now, that was Anton van Metzinger, the head of FNB Digital, of course, teaching us how to break down all things technology. Now, to find out more about digital adoption for your business, you can visit the FNB app or the FNB website.
We can help you learn real business skills without attending workshops and seminars through Fundaba, free to access for anyone via the FNB app. FNB, how can we help you?
You know, Toombs, the only thing I enjoy more than Red One is my bank app because I don't have to stand in line to get into the bank. You know those queues? We don't have to do it anymore.
I agree with
Paula,
you.
do you agree?
Oh, Afternoon Express family, I am so grateful for that throwback. I mean, I had to sit with FNB just the other day when we were still staying home and, you know, under that lockdown and find out what businesses are doing under the current situation and the circumstances. So it was such a blessing to be able to, you know, pick everyone's brain on the topic. And I think it's so helpful right now. So if media veteran Kuli China is one thing, she's passionately vocal. So coming up, she joins in the loft via video call to share more about the efforts to curb the killing of people living with albinism in Mzansi.
Express yourself.
Guli Roberts is one personality who's not shy to use her public figure for good. And this she does through her advocacy and activism against injustices towards people living with albinism. Guli joins Afternoon Express to engage us a bit more on this and her passion for the community. Welcome to the Loft, Guli.
Hello, darling. How are you doing? Absolutely beautiful day, Cole.
Siyabonga. You know, girl, we are just needing you to be on the stage with us here on Afternoon Express. But you know what? It's so good. And I'm loving how you're rocking the outfit right now. I'm seeing gloves. I'm seeing a T-shirt, you know. Kind of break down the look, the lockdown look.
The lockdown look, I'm wearing gloves because I'm not doing my nails. I am not doing my nails at all. The trench coat matches, so that's perfect. I have a T-shirt. It's written, Stop Albino Killings. I changed the T-shirt to Stop Albinism Killings because there are people first. We cannot call people albinos. We have to call them people with albinism. I have a heart murmur. Nobody calls me a heart murmurist, you know? So we need to change the narrative, as you said earlier.
Yeah, you know, changing the narrative is what it's all about here. And we do know the power that labels hold and labels carry. So, you know, we want to destigmatize the word, the phrase, and the label. So why are you so passionate about this? You know, what gets you going every single time you see the dire issues related to the community?
Because when apartheid ended, people with melanin, black people with melanin were liberated, and people without melanin and homosexuals were left behind. So we need to show these people respect. Black people are the only people on this planet who kill people with albinism, and we need to stop that. And we need to make the world aware of how foul we are. What happens is that these kids they get chopped up all over Africa, and then they get prosthetic. We are responsible for spreading the awareness of the stopping of the killing of people with albinism. I mean, these are beautiful, beautiful human beings. To say they like me is an insult to them.
Now, Guli, we also know that awareness here is something that we don't see more of, or enough of, rather. We speak to Urifilwe, we see her starring in a crazy, beautiful movie that speaks about the journey and the trials and tribulations of people within the community. And then again, we see people like you standing so strong in your belief. So, you know, talk to me about the role that awareness plays, influencing the ways in which people treat those living with albinism.
Well, you will treat people better if you know who they are and what they're about, and that they're and if you just get to know people, you will treat them better. So I basically, we spread the awareness that this is who we are. We come in various spectrums of black, and people with albinism are also black. They need to be treated with the same dignity that you would treat any other black person. There's no spitting when you see them. There's no funny remarks. There's no staring. It's 2020. People with albinism have been around since forever, since Adam and Eve. So this whole staring at people and touching people's hair and asking people obscure questions needs to end, because ultimately it gets enough. People need respect. People with albinism have to be represented across the board. They need to be out there as the out-tanders. There's amazing models. There's amazing doctors out there. They basically need to be respected just like everybody else is. And we need to stop killing them. We kill them all over Africa. We kill them in KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga, and it's disgusting, and it needs to stop, and no one is going to get superpowers, and no one is going to get, forget these superstitious beliefs, because I honestly believe that they are all just a way to oppress a minority. And we need to stop. And the only people who can make the stop are black people.
What are some of the day-to-day challenges they face with their communities, particularly those in villages and townships?
Well, they're being stared at. I mean, why would you be stared at? You've lived on this planet all your life, and you keep, and there's certain people keep staring at you. I mean, why are they staring at them? Why are you staring at people? And the whole spitting their jacket and praying that, hoping that their own child doesn't have albinism, and just in general treating people differently. You know, we went through apartheid. Apartheid is over, and yet there are people who don't feel like they belong in this country, and that's ridiculous. Well, they don't belong to this continent because obviously there's some parts of the continent that they can't go to, and it's up to us to spread awareness and to start with the children, so that the children are aware that their friend must always be wearing a hat, that their friend must have sunscreen. The children will be more helpful. We need to have talks at schools.
Guli, let's take this conversation a step further. You know, when we talk about education and awareness, the two go hand in hand. So what would you like to see happen on the ground in terms of transforming the education space within the community?
We need to re-socialize everybody. We need to start off at the school. Start with the school, start with church, the home, the supermarkets, basically magazines, newspapers. We need to be cognizant of the decisions that we make.
And Guli, this goes far beyond just tokenism and making sure you've got that one token to represent the entire community. We need to do a full-on makeover of our space as society. So I agree with you on that one. So then how can other people contribute towards the fight against injustices faced by the albinism community?
Speak up. People with albinism, speak up. You have a right to speak up. If you're black and you've got melanin, it is your... You have to, it is your duty to educate the next person, especially Caucasians, because Caucasians don't know about this madness. So educate Caucasians as well, get donations. As a parent, you know, read about albinism and then go to your child's school with the hats, with the donation of umbrellas, with the donation of sunscreen. Let's not wait for others to help us, let's help ourselves.
Is this what you want everyone to walk away with? Just be the change. I mean, what advice do you have for people?
Be the change. Remember, you are not here for yourself. You are here for a purpose, and the purpose is to look after everybody else. Look after everyone. Be that family member. Don't ask yourself, don't call people malala. Don't think that you're better than anyone. You're not better than anyone. We are all the same. We need to look after each other. We are nothing without each other. That's my last words.
Thank you so much for using your voice again, Guli Roberts, for such an incredible cause, raising awareness within the Black community around the albinism community. We appreciate you, and we heard you, girl, loud and proud. Cheers.
Look after my people, and I'll look after you. Mwah. I love you.
And we love you, Guli. Now, it's always best to equip yourself with knowledge and always understanding that our world is made beautiful by the different characters which exist within it. Let's always support those who seem in more vulnerable positions than our own.
More and more reasons why Afternoon Express, Palesa, please come in, should be on TV, because we are making people aware, we are educating people, and that is very important.
Aman, that's all I can say. I'm feeling such incredible power and inspiration. Rifula Modisele and Guli Roberts have given us great insights into the difficult and emotional reality of living with albinism. Coming up, Dr. Zime Shabalala gives us the cold, hard facts about living with this condition. Living with albinism in South Africa can be extremely hard due to the discrimination that is experienced by many. Today, we chat to medical doctor Zime Shabalala, who will be enlightening us and debunking any myths and falsehoods about this disorder. Welcome back to The Loft, Zime.
Hi, thank you for having me again. I'm really excited.
Girl, you know, having you in The Loft just brings so much knowledge to the table that, you know, we had to bring you back. And now we're discussing something that's very sensitive to many. So let's start from the beginning. What is albinism and what are the causes of this disorder?
So, albinism is a genetic disorder that you get from birth, and it's characterized by either a complete or partial absence of a pigment we call melanin. So melanin is usually found in our skin, our hair, and our eyes. So because it's a genetic disorder, there isn't really anything you can do to almost cause it to happen or to develop it if you're an individual. It's an inherited condition that any person can get if their parents both have a genetic defect and they pass that genetic defect to their child, who will then develop albinism.
So then, can albinism be detected before birth? And can parents find out if they carry the gene?
So yes, this is done through what we call genetic testing. So you can either do this through pregnancy, and this is a process we call amniocentesis, which is just genetic testing during pregnancy, or you can carry it out on parents at any point individually. But the main thing is that we encourage individuals to do genetic testing for albinism if they have family members who do have albinism. And even then, you can't really detect every single case, but it is possible.
Okay. So then, right now, currently, you know, is there a treatment that can help the body produce more melanin and lessen the symptoms of albinism?
So currently, there is no cure for albinism itself, but there is treatment in terms of supportive treatment. So when we mention supportive treatment, we're trying to say that there's treatment for the symptoms and the possible complications that are associated with albinism. So albinism, if an individual suffers from albinism, they do tend to have things such as visual defects, and they're also more susceptible to sunburn as well as developing skin cancer. So the management or treatment we provide to individuals with albinism is more supportive to try and alleviate those symptoms or try and prevent them from developing those complications in the long run.
Living with albinism, especially in SA, is very hard to do, doctor, because of the stigma attached to this disorder. Why is this, and why is it so hard to eradicate the stigma?
Unfortunately, in society, if a person suffers from a skin condition, they have a certain defect, as we label it in society, that affects their physical appearance. And for some reason, our physical appearance will determine the quality of life that we have in our society, unnecessarily or unfortunately. So if you're suffering from albinism or any other skin condition, not only does it have biological implications, but it also has psychological and social implications. So people with albinism tend to face a lot of discrimination in society and a lot of stigma because majority of people don't really understand what the condition is. And I think it's important as a society that we inform ourselves or educate ourselves on the correct information to understand what it is. Another important aspect that I think can help sort of eradicate stigma is understanding first and foremost that a person who has albinism is a person first and foremost. So understanding that they're people more than anything else is the first step in actually moving towards eradicating the stigma associated with albinism.
I like that you mentioned that, you know, we were talking about the human race and embracing the human race as a people and not tokening anyone and leaving anyone out. But like any disorder, as you've mentioned, there are a lot of incorrect and misunderstood information out there. So can we debunk any myths about this disorder which helps breaking down the stigma?
Sure. I think, especially with albinism in South Africa, there are a lot of myths that are associated with the condition. I think the ones that pop up to me that are very common for first is that people with albinism, they cursed with this disorder, or they were cursed, and that's how they actually developed it. So that's not true. So as mentioned in the beginning, it's a genetic disorder, meaning that it's inherited. In other words, it's a completely biological disorder that a person will inherit. So there's nothing that any individual does or any other individual can do for them to develop the condition. Another common one that also pops up is that people with albinism are not intelligent or they're not smart, which is something that is absolutely not true. So albinism as a condition has certain complications or symptoms associated with it. And one of the main ones are visual impairments, meaning that an individual will have visual impairments if they have albinism. So this can result in them having certain learning outcomes that aren't the same as other individuals, but in no means does it mean that they aren't intelligent at all. And the last one that really does come up is that people with albinism can't go out and live normal lives, or for example, go out in daylight or in the sunlight. And that's not true as well. The reason is because albinism is associated with an increase in your susceptibility to sunburn or skin cancers, you have to take certain measures to reduce that. But that doesn't mean that you can't live a normal and healthy life like anyone else.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zime Shabalala, again, helping us understand what we are faced with when we do help those and have those in our families with albinism. We appreciate it.
No worries. I am more than grateful to do this.
We're happy to have you, Woman Crush. Bye, cheers.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, South Africa, again, Dr. Zime Shabalala reminding us that this is a medical condition passed down through genetics and genes. Let us not fret, let us not spread mistruths about this condition, and let's help and support each other in vulnerable communities.
I just think people with albinism are so beautiful. Polly, what do you think? They are just gorgeous.
They are gorgeous, and just, everyone, the human race makes my heart melt. But ladies, what are we cooking to make my stomach melt?
I'm going to make a red wine pasta, and they call it the drunken pasta.
Okay, now we're definitely excited for the weekend. Why? I've got another reason. Because Global Citizen, Global Goals, Unite for Future concerts is upon us. Coming up, we learn more about this important campaign.
Express yourself.
COVID-19 is a global pandemic that's affected many communities the world over. In efforts to combat and assist in curbing, as well as effectively managing the virus, the Global Citizen Organization, together with the European Commission, have launched the global goal, Unite for Our Future campaign and concert, taking place this very weekend. So joining us to talk more about this is Global Citizen Regional Director for Southern and East Africa, Chebet Chikumbu. Welcome to The Loft.
Thank you so much, Palesa. Thank you for having me. And good afternoon to your viewers.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. We truly are blessed to have you. Now, firstly, Chebet, to put things into perspective, what is the Global Citizen Organization all about, and what are the founding principles?
Global Citizen is the world's largest movement of action takers and impact makers dedicated to ending extreme poverty by 2030. With over 10 million monthly advocates, Global Citizens have the power to drive lasting change on key issues tied to sustainability, equality, and humanity. We post, tweet, message, sign petitions, send emails, and call world leaders, inspiring them to make things happen and to act. These leaders range from government leaders, philanthropists, business leaders, artists, citizens, and together we improve lives. By downloading our app, global citizens learn about the systemic changes of extreme poverty, take action on those issues, and earn rewards, which can be redeemed through virtual tickets to virtual concerts, virtual experiences, and events. And to date, with thanks to the Global Citizen global community, high-level advocacy efforts, and working with partners, we have impacted about 880 million lives.
Wow, we're seeing a lot of change being done here through your work. Now, the Global Citizen, in conjunction with the European Commission, earlier this month, launched the global goal, Unite for Our Future campaign and concert. Talk to me more about this and the main aim behind it.
Global Goal Unite for Our Future is a campaign, summit, and concert which is combating the disproportionate impact that COVID-19 is having on marginalized communities. That includes people of color, those living in extreme poverty, as well as others facing discrimination. We're calling on world leaders through this campaign to commit billions of dollars needed to make testing, treatments, and vaccines available to everyone everywhere. We have seen that COVID-19 sees no borders. It knows no borders. And so what we're doing through this campaign is really drawing attention and awareness to the disproportionate impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on low-income countries, as well as marginalized communities, including people of color. Our goal is to unite our global community to tackle the injustices in healthcare, to rebuild our communities and defeat this virus together.
Why is this an important initiative for the Global Citizen Organization?
So as an advocacy organization, this initiative is important to us for three key reasons. One, we're aiming to end COVID-19 for all. In order for us to return to some semblance of normalcy and a new normal, as it were, and beat coronavirus for good, we're calling on world leaders to end COVID-19 for all by committing the billions of dollars needed to deliver testing, therapeutics, diagnostics, and vaccines to everyone everywhere. Secondly, we're hoping to achieve equity and ending injustice through this campaign. With our partners, such as yourself and corporate partners, government leaders, philanthropists, artists, and global citizens, we can and we will dismantle them. Everyone everywhere deserves equal protection from coronavirus, and that is why this point is particularly important to us. Lastly, we are here to fight for the world we want. We need to unite to rebuild our communities and our economies as well, with freedom and justice for all. We must call on our world leaders to urgently invest in instilling the resilience needed to build stronger healthcare systems and to fund organizations at the forefront of this fight.
Well, we also have to say, as SABC3 and Afternoon Express, it's only a privilege for us to partner with the Global Citizen Organization for such a worthy cause and truly be the change. Now, with regards to the concert, when is it scheduled for and how will people be able to watch it?
So it's scheduled for this Saturday, the 27th of June. You can set your reminder to watch it right here on SABC at 9:30 p.m. And if you miss it, you can catch a repeat on Monday, the 29th of June at 10:30 p.m. And if you just love it the first time, want to watch it twice, you can watch it at that time as well.
I already see myself being one of those people catching that repeat shamelessly. Now, the performing artists were recently announced. Now, who are some of the acts people can expect to see? And apart from the performances, what other activities are on the itinerary at the virtual concert?
So the virtual concert will be hosted by Dwayne Johnson, otherwise known to many as The Rock, and it will include performances from artists such as Shakira, Coldplay, Jennifer Hudson, Miley Cyrus, Chloe and Halle, and many more. One of the elements about the concert that is also exciting, in addition to the music performances, is the educational segments that that people can expect from it, messages from artists, as well as the commitments from the government leaders, philanthropists, and business leaders themselves.
Talk about a star-studded lineup. You guys definitely did call on the best of the best throughout the globe. So lastly, I have to find out, Chebet, how can global citizens contribute towards the cause?
You can sign up to be a global citizen through our platform, either our website or our app, and you can take action there. There are about 16 actions that are ready for you to engage with. So make sure you take every single one of them. And then, of course, join us and SABC3 this Saturday, the 27th of June, for a globally inclusive, community-centric broadcast special that is really here to promote unity at a historically massive scale.
And on that note, Chebet, thank you so much for dropping by Afternoon Express and sharing this incredible concert and campaign so that every single South African can get involved. We appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you for having me, Palesa. Goodbye.
Bye. Now head over to the Global Citizen website to find out more about the great work the organization is doing, as well as get more info on how you can lend a helping hand.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Eventually it's us. I'm so happy you guys are with us, because now we're going to make a red wine pasta. But I'm going to climb into it quickly.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to use some olive pride. I'm going to fry some bacon.
I'm going to be mimicking everything you're doing here as well. So.
Yes, you know we're making the non-alcoholic.
Yes, because some of us don't drink red wine that often.
Oh, okay, it's not like me every night. So you just fry your onion and your bacon.
And the bacon, okay.
Yeah, okay. But the red wine comes in is in the pasta, the first thing. So you're going to throw about a cup in your pasta water.
Okay.
So the pasta is going to absorb the beautiful red wine flavor.
And it works so perfectly that you've chosen the red wine to go with olive oil, because olive oil and red wine seems to be like a match made in heaven.
Match made in heaven. So after I just want to give this a little bit of a stir. Oh, it smells so good.
I know, right? I can smell it from here.
I'm going to add some garlic in here to give it that beautiful sweet garlic taste.
And why this particular recipe?
You know that I love red wine and I love pasta, and that is it. And the two, it's such a subtle flavor. You won't think so, but the red wine cooks away that real flavor, and it becomes really subtle. And now you just pour this in.
Okay.
You just pour this in, and then you let it reduce. I know it looks very strange, but it's really, it is really delicious. And if people want the recipe, go to afternoonexpress.co.za.
I'm going to do mine a bit differently to yours.
Yes.
You've added the red wine so it reduces. Because I'm using stock, I'm not even going to give it time to reduce. I'm going to add my spaghetti in first.
Yeah.
And then let that absorb into the spaghetti. And then hopefully that helps it reduce.
Yeah, it's going to, because the spaghetti absorbs some of the juices.
Yeah.
So, but I've got here one that's already reduced. So you have to let that
the
boil
trick.
for about 10 minutes. Yeah. But the secret then is to get that harshness of the wine away, is is a bit of butter.
Ah.
It actually sweetens it up and it makes it really creamy.
And you know that it also helps with reducing as well. I've
Yes.
noticed that when I add butter to any of my ingredients,
Yeah.
it actually helps with making that, whatever sauce I'm making, it helps it reduce.
Yes.
And it intensifies the flavor very much.
And now I've added some parmesan, and I've already got some pasta here, so I'm going to add this red wine pasta here. And now I'm just going to coat it with this delicious, creamy pasta sauce. And I'm nearly done. How are you doing? Pali, come in. Come and look at our food. Phew.
Ladies, you've done it again. You've created magic. So, ladies, okay, let me just get this straight. So, Anele, you decided to make a beautiful red wine reduction pasta. And Dumi, you've kept it real with the OG beef stock, holding it down, of course, with the different flavor profiles. I love it, ladies. It sounds like I'm just going to need to wash it all down with some delicious cool drink here. Because, yo, it's just too much.
This is looking quite amazing over here. I know I'm keeping mine as a virgin spaghetti with no alcohol, no
I'm going
wine.
to taste mine. I wish I had a glass here. I would have had a sip of the wine as well.
Can I have your leftover
but
wine?
I'm going to taste this one.
Can I have your leftover wine? It's not for any recipe, though.
Makes
Wow,
me dance and
ladies.
sing.
Okay, so it must be nice. South Africans, if you follow me on social media and you follow Afternoon Express, you know that I have committed to going meat-free for 3 weeks. So, ladies, I'm just sitting here watching y'all enjoy, and I'll just sip on my orange and carrot-flavored cool drink. I'm loving it, ladies.
I would have omitted the bacon.
It's okay if my family is fed and my family is happy. I am happy. South Africa, I'm happy that you've also contributed to the conversation on social media, letting us know which South Africans you love and which celebrities are living loud and proud and being the difference. But tomorrow, we've also got a very special show. So join us again tomorrow as we connect with Papa Kalu, founder of clothing label Urban Zulu, for our Fashion Express Thursdays. Until then, Mzansi, good night, stay safe, and happy eating.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover. Afternoon Express. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.